once again, a very good morning to all the participants and a warm welcome to all of you. Welcome back, everyone. So, participants, what exactly we will do for today? We will go ahead and get started to understand how to go and access your Microsoft Azure account. And participants will get to know how to go and use the services in Microsoft Azure because you are expected to go ahead and get started to use the services of Microsoft Azure. So, where your journey will begin? Microsoft Azure. Now, when you want to go and use Microsoft Azure, you will go ahead and get started to use this Microsoft Azure in two methods. One, you will go ahead and use it for free, or else you will go ahead and pay for it. So when you want to go ahead and use it for free, and when you want to go ahead and use it for paid, what exactly it is something which you have to understand. So here there is an option that you get to see getting started with Azure. So let me go ahead and click that, and you will be reaching to this page that is build in cloud with an Azure account. So you are required to host an account with Microsoft Azure so that you can go ahead and use their services. It's like this. You wanted to go ahead and avail the banking services. The first thing what they'll do when you reach out to them, they will welcome you. They will go ahead and ask you, are you a new customer or an existing customer? You tend to be the new customer joining them. They will take the details from your side, check your credentials, and get an account registered for yourself. So same thing, participants will have to go ahead and avail Microsoft Azure account as we get to start to use their services. So the one that I was talking about, participants, is your free trial. That is, try Microsoft Azure for free, and the one that you get to see is the other one is pay as you go. The one is free, try Azure for free, and the other one pay as you go. So we'll understand both of them in detail. For that, I'll be bringing you here, participants. That is, choose the Azure account that's right for you. Participants, everyone are you with me? So
Yes.
we have welcome. So we have landed up into Microsoft Azure page and participants, and we are getting to start and understand how Microsoft Azure has to offer their services. So as I mentioned, Microsoft does go ahead and offer their services under the subscription. One is for free, and the other one is a paid account. We call it as PayG, that is pay as you go or pay as you use. We'll come back to this later. We'll remain on the free trial. And participants in this free trial, the one which is very important for us is 30 days. The 30 days are very important. So what exactly it is, let me explain you first. If you get to go ahead and start using Microsoft Azure, you will have to go ahead and keep in time in the consideration the time. That means if you get it registered for today, that means today is 2nd of July plus 30 days, that means 1st of August. So in this 30 days only, your free trial will be active because it will keep a track of your billable resources because it has to keep a track of what you are trying to do. It does go ahead and keep a track in these 30 days. So during this process, participants, most of the services are free if you get to use them in the limits that are prescribed. But there is a very great chance that you might go out of the limits and use above the limits. So, not to protect, they would go ahead and keep what you call it as a bar that you cannot go ahead and use beyond the limits. Even in your 30 days, there will be a lot of restrictions. There will be a bar which does not allow you to go beyond the limits. And moreover, for the resources you consume, you will also be getting bills generated. The bills will be generated. Now, bills is something that you need to pay for it. But what I said, it's a free trial account. So how is that it being a free trial account for the next 30 days? How is that possible for it to go ahead and bill you? Participants, when it has to bill you, it will go ahead and give you upfront some credits which are of USD 200 US dollars. That means your free trial will continue to exist for the period of 30 days, and the bills generated will get compensated by the credits that you own as part of $200 of credit. That is what is mentioned here. That if you get to go ahead and get an account created, which will be available for customers, the one that are getting registered with them, there will be about 20 plus popular services that shall be free. There are about 65 plus services that are always free. You will get to access a catalog of full length of services that can amount up to 200 US dollars of credit. You are getting protected because you won't get charged. Credit cards don't get charged for you. And you can have a commitment where you can go ahead and cancel at any time. And you'll be given a choice to go ahead and turn this pay as you go model into a pay as you go model after you reach your 30 days. So that is where the 30 days capacity will come into picture. And to protect you against bills, you'll get about 200 US dollars of credit. So now participants, what is the summary? You will be using a free trial account by registering with Microsoft Azure, valid for 30 days with about $200 of US credit, where you will not be charged till 30 days. And then more importantly, participants, you can cancel at any time, or you can turn this free trial into pay as you. I hope participants things are pretty clear now. If you're not clear, please bring up your questions here. Participants, are we good? Fine. If things are good, participants, your task is to go ahead and get started to register an account for free. This takes you, participants, into this page where you'll be getting started to register an account. So when you get to this page, participants, you'll be asked to go ahead and do the following. So we did get to see an account creation page where we have been asked to go ahead and get to do a sign up. Now, participants, I'm going to go ahead and show you that how to go ahead and get an account registered. Very simple. Input your email ID here, your email ID. Participants, you can use any of your email ID. You can go ahead and use your @Gmail. You can go ahead and use @Hotmail, Outlook, anything. If you don't even have an email ID, it will help you to get an email ID. I'm assuming that participants, you have a valid email ID which you are using currently. You will be making an entry with your email ID. Put up a strong password. Next, you will be receiving an alert to verify your email ID. So do verify your email ID, enter your captcha, and participants, this is where I would request everyone to pay a little more attention while you get your account created. So you will end up on this page where you'll be getting to see that is you are registering this account with this subscription, that is free trial subscription. Now during this process, participants, it is asking you to go ahead and enter your details. So you will be choosing the country of your origin, your details. But participants, I want your attention on the right hand side where you get to see what is being included here. As I've been mentioning, participants, that most of the services will be available for you for free, but this free is only for 30 days. So what is going to happen during this 30 days? Somewhere around 26th or 27th or 25th day, you may expect an email from Microsoft alerting you that your account, which is free trial, needs to be extended, but your days of usage for the free trial is only 30 days. So would you be interested to turn this into pay as you go? So it is promoting you to turn into pay as you go. So don't get taken away by that email. Just let it be. Next, you will be required to properly use the credits that are given to you, $200 of US credit. Participants don't go ahead and get use them just in a single day. There is a possibility that if you improperly use them, one day you can get to use them. Okay, so it is your credit, participants. It is you, the owner of your account. You have to effectively use your credentials. Now, I'll be helping you how to use it effectively by setting up budgets, by setting up capacity to start and stop resources, dropping unused resources. I'll help you out. This part we will technically take up, but for now, my point is that, participants, you are the owner of your account, you are the owner of your credits, you have to effectively use your credits. So, participants, am I good, everyone? Okay. During this process, participants, it has been mentioned that no automatic charges is going to get to happen. The one that you see on the right hand side here, this part. Please go through this carefully. It is mentioned that you won't be charged unless you go ahead and upgrade. By end of the 30 days, you will be notified and have chance to upgrade and start paying the resources beyond your free trial limits. See, there's something that you need to understand. Free trial has been mentioned with 200 US dollars of credit, which you are required to go ahead and use in the limits of the free trial. If you go beyond it, definitely you will be charged, and participants, you will be charged in such a way that you will be still using your credits to charge it. Let's assume that your bill has gone up to 250 US dollars and you have credit of 200 US dollars. So what is going to happen? 50 US dollars is extra that you have to pay. Microsoft will go ahead and send an alert to you asking you to pay that 50 US dollars because Microsoft gave you credits of 200 to use for 30 days, but beyond it you have been using. So $50 of credit is something that you have to pay. But when it completes 30 days, participants, what is going to happen? Whatever US dollars, $250 you have charged, you have to pay. I hope this is very clear, everyone. Okay. Now with this, participants, let's go ahead and understand another important page where you'll be asked to go ahead and verify. You have to verify yourself. Verification will be done through you adding up your mobile, getting a secure OTP to verify, and here you need to put up your credit or debit card details. Now, I'm sure you will get a question mark that why am I supposed to go ahead and place my credit or debit card details? So, participants, it's clearly mentioned there in the Microsoft Azure that you won't be charged unless you upgrade it. Means you are in a state where Microsoft will not charge you because you have agreed to use their free trial. But participants, why is this are we required to use? So as you are aware, participants, the software products which are available as SaaS models, software as services, they go ahead and ask you to register an account for a period of 30, 14, 15 days, but yet you have to register with a credit or a debit card where you don't get charged unless you go ahead beyond the free trial limit. And after that, you'll be getting charged for it, but till then, you won't get charged for it. In the same way, you have to get your credit card details, participants, given across here. So once your credit card details are given to participants, your account gets registered. And with that account, participants, you can start using the Microsoft Azure services and you'll be ready, participants, to make an entry. And once you make an entry, participants, you will see that as part of the free trial account, you have a credit of 13,000 INR. What is the subscription called? Free trial subscription. Sometimes, based upon the geographic location, I also noticed it has been mentioned as Azure Subscription 1. It's being mentioned as Azure Subscription 1. So one is free trial or the name can be around Azure Subscription 1. Both of them are free trial and the dollar of the 200 US dollars or 13,300 INR will be credited to your account straight up to explore the Microsoft Azure. If I'm clear to all of you people here a little further into now my account. Now my account, participants, has been there for a very long time. So I've been using it for a very, very long time. Now, if I go and ask them to get signed up, they will say, you're already an existing customer. So that is not available for you to. So participants, the best way for me is navigate directly to Microsoft Azure, that is portal.azure.com. Here I've given my credentials. This is my credentials. These are my credentials. I'm making an entry with my login credentials. I'm willing to protect my account, so I put up a multi-factor authentication to send alerts before I go ahead and make a login. I would expect it to send me login credentials in the form of secure. What I was discussing, that I have registered Microsoft Azure. I have registered with Microsoft Azure, and I have now an account being allocated. This is my Microsoft Azure. Now I'll be calling this as portal. Portal means a way in the form of UI that I'm able to talk to their services, Microsoft Azure services. A UI. Now, most importantly, participants, upon the creation, first thing that you need to go and do is a check about a default account, or what you call it as tenant will be associated to you, or a directory will be associated. A directory concept, you can just visualize something like an organization having a specific details about their domain. So you will also be getting a tenant ID, a domain, which we call it as default directory. Let me show you how that directory will look like. This is how the directory looks like, default directory. So as part of your account, you'll be given a directory. Upon this directory, participants, you will be having a domain ID, a domain name you will get basically, and you'll be able to go and have a tenant ID or directory ID. To get a very clear picture, let me take you participants into Entra. That means you are making an entry. So just remember the word Entra you are having. So participants, the first thing that you have to do is, upon reaching Microsoft Azure, while you get to access it through portal, first thing that I would request you participants is to do is Entra ID. You are making an entry into the account, Entra. So very basic details you have to check is there any directory? Yes, default directory. What is the details about that? The directory, we call it as tenant ID. You can call it as directory ID, tenant ID. Both does mean the same. Where you will be associated with the domain, and the domain looks something like this: .com on Microsoft. This is the domain you will be allocated, and this is a domain ID which will be something with a name. So just continue with it. Now under this, the licensing are free for you and me. You will be able to go and use it. So what is this idea of directory, participants? The idea of directory is your resources with regards to organization, mimicking that of the organization with the domain, the name of your organization. For example, if you are having a company, you will be having the name of your company followed by the website, the domain of that company, and into that you will have users, employees. So to mimic that idea, what you get to do is you get to see the details where you can go and access your organization details, directory details, tenant ID details, and domain name. If you have users, you'll get to see users, applications, and so on. So this is something which for your information, you just need to go and check and confirm for yourself. I hope this is very clear, participants. I'm not going into the all details, but for your information, just go ahead and verify whether you have these details. Directory, domain name. Okay. Now, as you get to go ahead and use Microsoft Azure to avail their services, you have been allocated an account, you have been allocated a proper directory where you can post your objects, resources associated with it. So now the question comes as how does Microsoft will go ahead and keep a track of what exactly I'm trying to do? That means how Microsoft will go ahead and basically get to know that what I have used in their subscription or what I have used in their account. That means what you heard is right. You will get to see something called subscription. You have been subscribing. You have been subscribing with Microsoft Azure to avail their services. So while you get to go ahead and use their subscription, what is it you have confirmed or agreed with them as part of the agreement? You will go ahead and avail the services from Microsoft Azure under a particular subscription. And you also agree to go ahead and make payment to Microsoft Azure if you are out of free trial. That is the idea of subscription, where subscription can be understood simply for your organization, the default directory. Subscription is a tracker that keeps track of your resources that you get to consume against Azure and bill you. So to understand this, participant simply said there is a tracker that tracks of what you consume and keep a track of your bill for day to day. That means from yesterday to today, how much have you consumed? On day one, maybe you might have consumed $1. By day two, the resources consumption has gone up to $3. That means from day one to day two, your consumption has been $2 from day one to day two. So where exactly all this tracking is being made that you have consumed $2? What is that service? What resources you have used? Right? So all this information has to be tracked. This is all tracked by your subscription. And currently, participants, you will get to see the subscription as free trial. Now, Prashant, if you have joined, you will get to see under your subscription. That is, for me, it is pay as you go, where I get to see a subscription ID, the bill that I have been generating. So now you should be having subscription here. Right.